Hello, my name is Sean, and I'll be doing a tutorial on Mineseeker, which is another maze type-like module. So you start off with an image in a background color. The object is to, well, first, where is your starting location? Well, we have this one right here, and then we have this one over here. So there's two different ones that we have here. So in the case of this, we can move to the right. Yeah, we can move to the right to see which image we get, which is this image right here. So we're in this maze. So we figure out we're in this maze. Well, where do we have to end up in? Well, to find out the solutions image, we add the number of battery holders, which is going to be 1, plus the number of port plates. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 4. And the number of constants in any indicators on the bottom. So that's going to be 6. Because M and S are both constants in an indicator. If you have subtract the number of vowels in the indicators. So that's going to be a 1. So that's going to leave us with 5. If we have any two-factor codes, which we don't, but you subtract the least significant digit from the sum you just calculated. If your calculated number equals any value in the serial number, which it doesn't, we would have subtract 1 from your total until it doesn't have the same number as the serial number. If the calculated number is negative, we instead use the first digit in our serial number. And then we take the number and color the background of the modules table to figure out where we are in it. Where we are and find out where the solution image is. So we take our number, which is 5, place it on the column, and then we take the color background, which is a forest color. Not green, it's forest, because there's forest and then there's lime. There's a lot of different colors. For example, we have white, which is just white. Gray is gray, as you can see there. Pink is... I don't know which one pink is, because I see lavender and there's purple. I'm guessing this is lavender, so this has got to be pink. And that's lavender. Red's this, and then you have something called brick red, which is a darker version of the red. Brown is definitely brown. It's brown as it is. Orange is orange. Kind of almost looks like a yellow, but you can still tell an orange from a yellow. Then you have yellow, which is yellow, and then you have lime, which is kind of like a brightish green. Almost looks like a yellow, but you can definitely tell the difference between a yellow and a lime green. You have forest, which is just actual green. Cyan is your light blue. Blue is regular blue. Lavender is kind of a faint pinkish, purplish color, and then finally you have purple. So those are all the colors. So we got forest, and our calculated number is 5, which leads us to this image right here. Which you can't see here, but that's basically a half spark with this thing. So in other words, we have to go to an image that looks like this. And I'm wondering if I could actually submit this. Yes, I can. So, including from where the starting location is, you can actually submit that answer. Submit your starting location as the answer, as long as it has the image that you're looking for. So that was a pretty fast one. We'll look for another one. So this is going to be brown. Let's see, find brown here. And let's calculate our number first. So 1, 2, 2 port plates. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 8, 9, so we're at 9 now, so this would be 8 and this would be 7, because we add 2 for every battery holders and constants, and certain add 1 for each battery holder, port plates. So we have 2 port plates and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 constants in the indicators, which is to 9, and then we have 2 vowels in the indicators, so that's going to be -2, which leads us to 7. Here's a special note. Notice it goes from 0 to 6. So, if our calculated number is larger than 6, excuse me, holy crap, subtract 7 from the calculated number until it is between 0 and 6. So, we subtract 7 from 7, that's going to give us a 0. So, it's going to leave us to this image. Let's see if that's the image that we're at right now, and which it is. Cool. We don't have to figure out anything. We can submit this answer. Moving on. Let's get an example where we don't have that. So we have the red color. And let's get our calculated numbers. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5. So 5 is our number. It's this here. And it's that answer again. See, a fairly simple module. I'm trying to get an example of where it can actually get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's yellow. Yellow is going to be this bomb. Okay, now we got something different rather than just trying to figure out, trying to submit the starting location. So we have yellow in this image. So here's yellow and here's this image too. There's a couple other ones, but we have 2 different mazes now. We have one maze that's in here and one maze that's in here. What we can do is go to the left, because there's no black border, and see if there's an image or white space, in which there is a white space. So we're in this space right here. And the image we're looking for right now is this one right here, where the bomb is facing towards the 1 o'clock position and there's a big spark into 12 o'clock position. So this one. So all I have to do is go left, up, up, and submit. Notice that these other bombs, not our starting location, these other ones don't have a color. So only the starting location is the one that has a color. So here's, I would tell the expert diffuser. So first I would give them the color, which is going to be red. Then I would say, okay, I got a bomb facing 1 o'clock and I got a filled in spark at 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock. Well, more like there's only like a couple positions for bombs. So the different positions for bombs, we have the 10 o'clock, the 11 o'clock, the 12 o'clock, and then finally you have the 1 o'clock, which is actually more like a 2 o'clock position. So those are the only 4 positions of the bombs here. And then there you have the different positions of the fuses, which is there's an 11 o'clock, a 12 o'clock, and a 1, and then there's a 2 o'clock. I don't think I've ever seen an 11 o'clock, except maybe here-ish. But more so, they're more likely 12 o'clocks than they are 11 o'clocks. So there's only 3 positions of fuse, I like to say. So 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And then you have the different types of sparks that you have. One is basically this filled in black spark. We call it the filled in spark. Then we have this half spark that you see here, which is basically only like half of it is there, so I call it the half spark. Over, let's say around here, you notice it's all circle, but it's hollow in the middle, so I call this the hollow spark. And finally, I think there's one more spark. Yeah, this, you see barely a spark here. I either call it tiny spark or no spark is what I like to call it. So tiny spark or no spark. So in this case, I have the 2 o'clock bomb, the 1 o'clock spark that's filled in. So we're looking on a chart. Well, these sparks are at 12 o'clock. This one's at 1 o'clock, but this is not filled in. Here's the bomb he's talking about, the 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock filled in spark. And this is the only red square that has this type, so this is the maze we're in. So let's start calculating where we have to go here. So I know red is our background color. Let's calculate our number. We have 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, because those are all constants. And then 4. It's only the 4 spaces. And then CLR 1, 2, 3. So this is 9. So we got to subtract 7 to get a number between 0 and 6. So this leaves us with 2, which is going to give us to the 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock position. 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whichever you like to call that. But the diffuser doesn't have to know this. Only you have to know this is the image you're trying to get to. So we know we're right here. In this red space right here. Or trying to look for this thing. Which kind of looks like an L shape. Which is going to be right here. So we tell them, okay, left, down, down is what I would say. So left, down, down. And submit. Okay, we'll do just one more. So the diffuser will tell us, okay, I got a brown, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock filled in. So brown, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock filled in. So there are basically 2 cases of this, where it's basically this one or this one here. Which, if you're confused about either one, I'm like, okay, how is diffuse curvy? So just this one has a curved, is like curvy as in goes like, is it wavy? It's probably more like, is it wavy or does it only go in one curve? And it's like, okay, only one curve. And I know it's this one that we're talking about here. So, figuring that maze out, we got brown here. Where's this? And let's get our numbers. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we subtract 1 for the vowel in the thing there. Does this equal any of the digits in the serial number? No, so we don't have to subtract anything whatsoever. So we have 5. 5 is going to be this one, which A, that's our initial position. So let's say, okay, just press submit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the screen now. 1, 2, 3. And I'll give you all edge work here this time. So I have 0 and 0, unlit car, unlit FR kilo, 3 port plates. That's all you have to know, really. And my serial number is 955 Foxtrot Tango 3. I have a blue bomb. The bomb's in the 2 o'clock position. The fuse is in the 12 o'clock position. It's filled in. All right. Let's see here now. Oh, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, I was blind. Right, I got my answer, showing it in 3, 2, 1. So, I know that I was in this map, and the answer I get is left, left, submit, which is basically this one, because the image I got is that there. So we're gonna go left, left, submit. I hope all of you enjoyed this tutorial. And on a strike, what happens on a strike is when you go in the wrong position, nothing happens. It doesn't, oh, yeah. So, nothing happens. You're stayed at the current position that you're at in that maze if you hit a wall and whatnot. Or you can get a strike by just basically pressing the submit button on the wrong image. So, again, I hope all of you enjoyed this tutorial. Until then, keep talking and don't explode.